My name's Mike. I host Your Dark Companion. And I want to thank you all for joining us on patreon.com. And also, do check out the Sunset Lounge because there's all kinds of good things going on there, such as the Ingle Angle, a weekly combination of commentary on sports, entertainment, pop culture, family, with Mac Ingle of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Mac takes a very unusual angle on things, so check out the Ingle Angle.
Nobody would have thought that I would be the one. Rhyner, sports talk. Baseball, 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 baseball.
Oh, with the big mic. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Okay, now I get it.
We had a lightning strike, boys. What happened over there, Grego? We had a little lightning strike right outside the window.
All right. Here's a tip for all these Americano League teams.
Wait, you said tip?
Yeah, tip.
Okay.
With a P.
Keep jamming.
The ticket, colon, nothing but a big Gen X jerk-off sale.
This is a cool night or what?
Although somebody would hear that and go, bullshit.
I'm back, bitches.
Hello again, one and all. We're glad that you are where you are. We're glad that we're here where we're here. That made no sense whatsoever. That was stupid. Anyway, it is another episode of Your Dark Companion for you today. This is episode 140, coming down on the 6th of August. And I'm very excited about this today.
Well, you shouldn't be.
I absolutely should be, because I spent years in the radio game, as some of you may know. And along the way, I ran into a whole slew of fascinating personalities, many of whom we've had on here, many of whom were easy to get because I used to work with those people. But now, today, we've got a guy that I worked against for many years, and I was on the business end of working with this guy, too.
I remember the Q versus Zoo days.
Oh,
and
you do.
You do, too.
You do, yes, sir. This, of course, the great Bo Roberts.
Great.
Oh, no doubt. Who is heard these days on Lone Star 92.5.
It's good to see you, man. It's good to see
you. It's good to talk to you like this, you know?
Yeah. You're not passing me in the hall while I go, excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom.
Right.
No, guys that use their radio voice all the time, you got to be careful of.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're a little twisted. I work with a guy like that. I won't mention his name, though.
I bet you've worked with a few guys like that. I sure have.
I worked with some really great people, and only a few douchebags along the way, just really great people.
Yeah, same here. On the whole, there's been way, way more good than bad.
Mm-hmm.
Way more people that I think very fondly of today than I don't.
And some of them I can call friends. I could call them now. I just don't have their number.
Yeah, I could do the same. It's crazy how numbers get away from you.
I know.
How are you, man?
I'm good. Healing up from my injury that I had 2 Marches ago.
Now, what happened there? I know I heard about this.
Okay, here's the story. It was at the St. Patrick's Day Parade in 23.
On Greenville Avenue?
Yes. And we had a float, an iHeartMedia float. But I had to pee because I'm not going to walk on that parade without whizzing. So I went into the porta-john. The float had already left. So I said, oh, I can go back behind the buildings and stuff. And I get to a place that I thought, I can do that. And as soon as there was our float going by, and I jumped down, and as soon as I felt it in both my knees. They were gone. And when I tried to stand up, I couldn't. I had torn both quads in my knee.
Oh, no.
I was laid up for a while and had to do the show from home. And it's really hard to do a show when you're talking to two people that are not in the room with you. Not only that, but whatever I said, they didn't hear for a second and a half. It was a nightmare. It was terrible. I was so glad to get back into the studio.
How long did it take?
About a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's a long damn time. But
Well, no, I've recovered nicely, but I couldn't get around. I had to sit in my long chair, just look at the stars.
Wow. That's.
I know.
Well, I'm glad you're okay now.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I don't think so. Oh, and another part of the story, when I hit and I went, oh God, and I couldn't get up, I had to call Anna because Anna was on the float, and I could say, Anna, I hurt myself. And I told her what happened, and she said, oh, so she got one of the paramedics to get in a golf cart and drive around and look for me. And they say, we can't find you. Where are you? I'm right off of Greenville. I said, what buildings are around? Well, I'm looking right at the $1 Million Saloon. And the driver said, I know right where he is.
I bet he did, too.
Oh, man, I was in the hospital for quite a while. Couldn't do nothing.
Wow. Well, I'm just glad you're okay now.
Well, but no injury hurts worse than the one you do to yourself doing something stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm very fortunate because I've never had anything like that happen to me, although I have done plenty of stupid things that could have.
But you
for
never
whatever reason,
you
didn't.
never jumped off a place that's too high and ruined both your knees, though.
Somehow I've managed to avoid that so far. Now, you are these days at Lone Star 92.5.
Yes.
And you were on there with Anna, the great Anna DeHaro.
Anna DeHaro and A.O.
And A.O. Mm-hmm. Oh, the great A.O. I love
I like A.O.
Man, I do too.
And now, Anna, I've known Anna for a long time because Jimmy retired. The only thing was Jimmy let us know at the beginning of the year in 23 that he was going to retire. So we knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And we had a big party for him on the end stuff. Then Jimmy left about a year later when it was me, Anna, and Randy. Randy was still there. Mm-hmm. He's in Fresno now. But when we were still there, then, you know, we did whatever we could.
Yeah. Now, Jimmy, of course, is Long Jim White.
Yes.
With who you were partners for many, many years.
40 years in Dallas
40
radio.
years in Dallas radio.
And I met him in New Orleans.
Really?
That's where I met Jimmy.
Now, did he get you up here or did you get him up here?
Kind of. Well, the program director was Tom Owens. You had Tom Owens at your place. We had Tom Owens at our place. We used to call him Tom
we'll
Q and Tom
our
Z.
history here a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So that's Tom's.
Yeah, Tom did all that.
Tom, he was the program director in New Orleans, and then he moved to Dallas. So I'm naturally bugging him, saying, "Man, you got anything?" Because I wanted to get out of New Orleans.
Yeah,
I loved it, and I still do, but I needed to get out because the radio business. Plus, I'd just gotten fired, and I got a job for Capricorn Records after I got fired in New Orleans, and I said, "Oh man, I'm going to tour with the Allman Brothers and all." Turns out Capricorn went out of business. So there I am going, well, what about, you told me. So I was on the lam again. But then Tom finally hired me to come to Dallas in 82. I've been here ever since.
Wow. Not only have you been here ever since, you've been killing it.
Well,
ever since.
We just do what needs doing. I try to make it. Listen, it's still fun for me. It really is. It's still fun. I don't want to retire yet.
I can tell.
Even though the hours are just terrible, it's still fun to do.
How do you do it? I did it myself for a few years, but only a fraction of how long you've done it for.
Well, I do it really early. I get to work between 2 and 2:30, so I can have plenty of time to prepare everything, so everything moves smoothly during the show. And I have stuff for Anna, I have stuff for A.O., and it's all ready to go when we get there. And then just improvising and talking about stuff, she'll bring up something and say, well, let's talk about that, or something like that, or A.O. will find something.
And it's amazing.
Well, it's still fun, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess when it's still fun for you, that makes all the difference in the world.
And we get to talk. We just talked to Tom Johnson of the Doobie Brothers.
Oh, really?
And Dennis Dunaway from Alice Cooper's band, but Dennis has been in there several times. And we're supposed to talk to Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols.
Oh, really?
I'm not kidding you, from the Sex Pistols, because of something. I don't know what they're promoting. They're doing another show after 40 years, and they're doing it at the Longhorn Ballroom. And the Longhorn Ballroom, when they played there in 78, they said that was the beginning of the end of the Sex Pistols right there.
Yeah.
Because Sid died, and then they said, I'm not looking for you ever again. You know how they get.
Yeah. I remember that show.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but it drew a lot of notice when it came down. So how'd you get with Jim?
I met Jimmy in New Orleans. I was working at WRNO, and he was working at WNOE FM. And we knew we were competitors for a while. And another guy that worked there, Doug Christian, I later worked with him too. But Jimmy came over to WRNO because he left because he did Warner Brothers for a while. He did a promo for Warner Brothers, the promo guy.
Yeah.
He brought Van Halen into the station when their album first came out, the first one. And and when you do that, what the record companies want the promo guys to do is to take the program directors and music directors out and feed them a bunch of dinner. Oh, man, I've had some of the best dinners ever in New Orleans.
Have a big night out on the town.
And somebody else is paying for it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So who got you guys together? Is that Tom Owens?
Well, yeah, it was Tom, yeah. Because, like I say, Jimmy worked at WNOE, but then he later left after his gig with Warner Brothers, and he came over to WRNO. And we worked there until they fired us in 81, and then I went to Minnesota for a year. And I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah. So by the time you guys got up here, you already had worked together, and you knew each other, and the chemistry between the two of you had been established, and everything like that. And you knew the way each other rolled and everything.
Yeah. And Randy, I worked with Randy. When we got fired at KZPS the first time, they had a new radio station starting called The Bone. I don't know if anybody remembers that. So they hired me, and then Jimmy he worked in the traffic department, and then one day the manager came in and said, do you think you can talk Bo into coming back over? He said, I bet I can, and he did. The only thing is I had to wait out my contract. And so when the Bone called me in, the managers.
That was a Cumulus thing, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
And they called me in, and I was fixing to tell them, this is it. I'm not going to be here anymore. And they say, you're fired. I say, what a coincidence.
Yeah,
and I
cool story.
stormed out. So they fired me, and they were going to try and not pay me while I sat out a non-compete. But then I just went over to CPS, and they didn't say anything.
Wow.
Because Clear Channel at the time, lawyers would bury them if they ever got pushed to shove, you know.
Yeah. That's a lot of stuff, man. That's a lot of stuff.
What a long, strange trip it's been.
Boy, that is. Well, let's go back to before all that.
Okay.
What got you interested in radio?
I was kind of talked into it. My mother was a classical pianist. She could play anything. Back when all the cool songs were out, I could play the song one time and it'd take her 2 or 3 times, but she'll play it just perfect. And there was a rumor going around Corsicana that she's the one that did the piano part in Layla. It turns out it wasn't, but I kept... How'd you know? How'd you know? Don't tell nobody, okay?
Well, you want to keep something like that going if you can.
Exactly. But she had a radio show. This is back when I was like 9 or 10. In fact, my first time on radio, I think it was 10, was singing Puff the Magic Dragon live on KAND Corsicana.
Wow.
I just remember I sucked, but other than that,
was fun.
It's kind of a blur since then.
So, what was your what was like your first job? Your first
job?
Your first real job
Was in Corsicana, my hometown. And I worked there for less than a year, and we thought, oh man, this is the coolest thing, oh man. And we would eke into the Dallas market back then. This was 72. And worked there for a while. Then they fired everybody. And I went to Brownwood, Texas. Mm-hmm. You ever been to Brownwood?
Oh, yeah.
If you look at a map of Texas, it's right dead center.
Yes, right in the big middle of it.
So I lived there a little over a year and worked at a country station. And it was fun. Then I went to KAYC in Beaumont. I worked in Beaumont. In fact, a lot of people I've talked to, they worked in radio in Beaumont. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of breeding ground or something. But I worked there for a year and a half.
Yeah, I've known quite a few of them too.
Yeah. And then I got the New Orleans gig and in Minnesota, and here I am.
So did you know Tom before that?
Tom, I knew Tom in New Orleans. He was the program director
okay.
at WRNO when I first got there.
Okay, so he's the one that called you when you were up in Minnesota and said, "Hey, I'm in Dallas now. What would you think about coming down?"
Mm-hmm. Well, the New Orleans station, the first time I got there, it was in a hotel, so you could open up the sliding glass doors and look down at the women sitting by the pool. And so one day this guy, I had the door open. I was doing middays, and this guy walked in with a dog. And he said, "Oh, how you doing?" I said, "Oh, it's okay. You know, sure, come on in, look around. He seemed nice." It turns out he was Teddy Pendergrass's piano player.
Oh, really?
So he got me free tickets to Teddy Pendergrass, and those women were losing their mind. He was good.
He was something.
I didn't ever get to meet him before he died, but Cecil was that guy's name. I lost track of him.
At what point did you decide that radio was what you wanted to do? Was there a particular point where you thought, okay, man, I'm all in on this?
I didn't want to get a real job, which I could have got at Oil City Ironworks Foundry in Corsicana. All I had to do was ask. I didn't ask. And my first job was in Corsicana at KAND. And it was right in the middle of a cow pasture. So if anybody's coming, if you just want to go outside and take a puff, you can see them coming. So it's like, everybody out. Because we used to have people, full of people in the studio. And when we'd see those lights, they'd have to run out the back door by the transmitter. And it was, I thought, okay, how long am I going to be here? But then came Brownwood and all the way up to here.
Like we said, our history kind of pitted us on opposite sides of a fence.
I remember those Q versus Zoo wars.
Yes, you at Q102, me at Zoo. And I remember a lot of meetings we had at the Zoo. And a lot of talking where ratings were about to come out. And we just knew that everything was so on point. The music was right where it should be. We had great air personalities and everything like that. And we just knew that this was going to be the time we jump ahead of them. And that time never came.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. And I liked LaBella and I liked Rhodey both. LaBella his wife used to play bunco with Deborah and all her friends. And she was on their bunco
Deborah
squad.
being your wife,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we just never could crack the code on it. And I would think about it all the time and just figure out, okay, what are they doing that we're not? What's going on over there that we don't have?
Everybody in radio has thought that every single time.
Yes.
Everybody.
And the conclusion I came to, and I still stand by it to this day, is that if you're going to succeed in radio, if you've got a radio show that's going to succeed, you got to have good chemistry together.
Yeah. Well, that's why I knew Jimmy from New Orleans. That's why we played.
You had chemistry already developed and already built, and probably from day one at Q102, you guys understood each other.
Yeah.
You knew what each other was going to do. You knew what he was there for. He knew what you were there for.
Everybody knew their role.
Yeah,
you didn't have to say anything.
Yeah, everybody knew their roles. And for whatever reason, we just never really had that at the zoo.
Really?
Yeah, we never did.
Because I used to listen to the Zoo before I got into radio. I remember John Dillon, and then I worked with John Dillon for many years.
Yeah, and I love John Dillon.
Yeah,
I mean, and John Dillon was not a part of that problem. You know,
No.
not at all. I mean, I love John Dillon.
He was like the original progressive rock DJ.
Yes,
in
he
Dallas.
was. He was. Or he put it this way: he was the first name that you knew.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day when underground rock first got here, all the guys would go by just one name. You know, this is Christopher. This is Zachariah, whatever the case may be. You know,
I used to work with a guy who called himself Zoink.
yeah,
Back in Beaumont. Zoink.
they were just one name, but you never got any sense of who they were, what kind of guy they were, or anything like that. They just did intros and outros to the record, and that was that. And over time, that changed, and you did get to know the jocks a little bit. I mean, you got a feel for the kind of guy that you were listening to.
Yeah.
And you also got a feel, if you were attentive enough to pick up on this, you got a feel for what kind of place that must be.
Yeah.
What kind of vibe was going on up there. And I always thought that Q102 had something that we didn't.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. It's one of those things that's very hard to pick up on, very hard to define.
Okay. Well, remember this? Okay. The Who was supposedly doing their farewell tour, remember, at the Cotton Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
And the Zoo bought all the tickets.
Yes.
So we couldn't have anybody there but Zoo people.
Yes.
And so we said, what? So we showed up out there at the Cotton Bowl giving out Q102 bumper stickers and a couple of T-shirts and stuff. If we're not allowed in, well, then kiss my ass. I'm going to give some stuff away to people.
Yeah. You can come on. You may not let us in, but you can't keep us out of here.
Yeah. And when we'd go up in the press box at Reunion Arena, you guys would sit over there and we would sit over here.
Yeah.
And I would come over and talk to people. I didn't know, but my wife, future wife, Deborah, was, because she was going with John Wells.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yes, the demigod of pagan rock.
Is that what he called himself?
Oh, yeah, that's what he called himself.
That's a little egotistical, ain't it?
You can say that.
You should call yourself Zoink instead. Lord have mercy.
But no, it just seemed like you guys had chemistry throughout the station, and it was the vibe at the zoo was different.
Well, you got to be friends with everybody at the station. If there's somebody who's a jerk off, then you just kind of leave them alone. But you learn who the good people are.
Yeah.
And you say, well, let's go and have beer too, and then you develop a friendship.
Yeah. And I was able to do that with some at the zoo. Like Charlie Jones and I are friends to this day.
Is he still on KRLD or did he retire?
No, he retired.
Oh, I like Charlie.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
He's a great dude.
There's a lot of good people in radio.
Yeah.
There's a lot of douchebag, but you don't hang out with them.
Yeah. But everybody I ever met over at Q102 was cool too.
Yeah. We ain't so bad.
No. I mean, you guys had a good bunch. You had good chemistry, and in view of the fact that we were playing the same music, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yep.
I came to the conclusion that, okay, there's something going on there that we just don't have. And I would think about it, and I came to to another conclusion that they had just developed some chemistry that we just couldn't get our head around.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's crazy how that all worked. How long did Q102 last?
Well, I was there from 82 to 97. And Q102 lasted 2 or 3 years after that, but then they went under, and now they're one of the frequencies that people at iHeart.
Yeah.
Mix 1029.
That's right.
Or there's another one, it's Mix 1021. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's Star,
Yeah.
the name of the station.
Why do you think stations like that ended? Did they just did that format just run its course? Or, I mean, I really don't think it's that, or otherwise you guys probably wouldn't exist
Well, here's the thing, and I'm just speaking reality. I'm not bragging or anything, but when they fired us, their ratings went to shit. They did. And so we're just going,
Yeah.
we told you. And then it happened, and then they had to pull the plug eventually.
Yeah.
Which, of course, Jimmy and I went out and had a couple of beers and celebrated over. Because we got messed around big
Did you?
time. Oh, yeah.
Man, that's...
Andy Lockridge, remember Andy?
Oh, yeah.
He fired me and Jimmy.
Really?
Yes, he did. And I saw him at the Q102 reunion. We're still shaking hands and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Andy was at the zoo for a while.
Yep.
And,
Yes, he was.
and I liked him.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy. I think Andy was up at he was up at Cumulus for a while too. Or
Was he?
Or maybe Susquehanna before it was Cumulus. I think. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with that stuff.
Exactly. I'm trying to follow you, Sadie.
What was it like when, I mean, you and Jim were partners for years as you
40 years.
Yeah, as you've drawn out here. What was it like for you when he told you that he wanted to retire? Did you see it coming, or?
Well, I just appreciated the fact that he let me know in plenty of time. Jimmy was 75. He was ready to retire, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not ready yet, but Jimmy was ready. Of course, I'm not as old as Jimmy. But he wanted to retire, and he took us out, me and Randy, out to dinner and told us that. And we said, okay, well, man, let's do a party. And we did a big birthday thing on his last day. Mm-hmm. And he went away, and then little less than a year later, Randy said he was moving back to Fresno because he wanted to be near his grandchildren. I get it, you know.
Yeah.
But he just let me know at the 1st of October, and then I had to go, oh, what? I had to revamp the whole show. I got Anna to replace Jimmy, and then all of a sudden I have another hole to fill just like that. I thought I was staying ahead of the game, so I had to deal with that. And it's coming together. It's coming together. But that's a lot of stress that hits you.
Yeah.
When you got to fill somebody's place that's been there 40 years.
How hard is it to develop a new show like that where you got all new people around you? I mean,
it's scary at first. It's scary when you know you got to do it. You can't not do it. You can't let somebody else do it. You got to do it.
Yeah.
And their time is ticking away. So that's a lot of pressure. Well, you do it because you got to.
Yep, you do it because you
I
got
just
to.
didn't know I was going to have to do it twice.
This is the great Bo Roberts with us here today on Your Dark Companion. Now, Bo,
Yes.
it's time for everybody's favorite incident in your dark given episode of Your Dark Companion, the dreaded and feared mid-show read.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mid-show read?
Yes, I got to do a live spot here. Is what I've.
Well, feel free.
Is what this all comes down to. Is this
right-
thing ready to roll here yet?
Yeah.
Write this all down so I don't forget it.
Okay, nothing's happening here. Yeah, nothing's happening. At all. At all. Is that thing on?
Yeah. There it is. It's all right here.
Okay, well.
It's the end roll, not the mid show.
Is that thing on?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to roll it to the end. You record it at the end?
All right, we're well organized around here at Your Dark Companion.
Well, you are. Look at all this stuff, man.
There you go. Let me ask you, what if I told you you could free yourself of pain and anxiety and sleepless nights. Would you like something like that? And what if you could do it naturally? Would you like that? Well, let me tell you about the CBD House of Healing. This is a women-owned CBD boutique. They can help. They would like to help. They helped me. Not long ago, I was dealing with a pinched nerve in my neck. And I started using stuff and putting stuff on it that they gave me. That pinched nerve has pretty much gone away. At least I don't feel it anymore like I did. That's the important thing. I don't feel it anymore, and I don't have any more pain. They carry only products from their lab. They are made to meet the highest quality and purity standards you can find out there. Their owner is also an RN, and they emphasize building trusted relationships through education. In other words, when you come in there and tell them what's going on or tell them what you want, they're going to talk to you about it and make sure that that's the right thing for you. They give you the knowledge to care for yourself. That is their ultimate goal. Find your relief from the aches and pains of this real world, the emotional stress and drain, and sleep again. CBDDallas.com is where you can find them. There, you can also find them at 8550 Plano Road, Suite 101. That is in the northeast quadrant of the intersection of Plano Road and Northwest Highway. Begin your healing at the House of Healing and sleep again. Is that it?
That was good, man.
All right. Well, thank you.
That was damn good.
Thank you. In Sports Talk Radio, one thing
Very
you
good.
do learn is how to do live spots.
Yep. But I usually had a piece of paper in front of me so I can read. But that looked good.
Yeah, this is better,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have to do live spots these days?
Not anymore. I used to.
Did you ever?
Yeah.
When?
Oh, yeah. Last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I still do recorded live spots.
Yeah.
You know, I still do givemethevin.com in the Low T Center.
Yeah.
And since I do the Low T Center, I can get the free testosterone shots. So I feel like a good man.
All right. That's nice.
I mean, I'm still the same age I am, but I kind of feel, I thought I was supposed to feel worse at this stage. I'm 72. I'll be 72.
You're a shade out of your teens, man.
So you say.
I'm about to turn 75. I'm Jim's
Are you really?
age, I'll bet.
Yeah.
Yep, next week.
Well, Jimmy's 76 now because his birthday was in May. Yeah. He's born on Bob Dylan's birthday.
But that was a big day every year. All right. Among the people you've gotten to meet, who's the biggest mind blow?
I met Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's no taller than me, and I'm only 5'10". I didn't know he was that short. I really did.
Really?
Yes.
Boy, I'd have never thought that.
When he does his rolls, he's wearing flats about like this, I guess. Either that or they made boxes for him.
I would have figured he must be 6'3" or 6'4".
No. In the movies, he's 6'3", 6'4".
What about Russian hashish?
Russian.
I was told to ask you about that.
Oh, okay. Want to hear that story?
Yeah, this is probably an AO thing, I'll bet.
Oh, no.
it's not?
This was way before ale. Way before ale. Make yourselves comfortable.
But I bet putting the idea of asking you about that came from him.
Oh,
that
that's
where it came
fine.
from,
No,
Becca?
that's cool. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to hide.
All right, well, we'll give it to us.
Okay, back in the Q102 days, this was when the Stones were doing their Steel Wheels tour.
Yeah.
We did a contest, and we had some winners, and we all went overseas. We went to England to see the Rolling Stones. We're like, yeah, this is great. We were in London for 2 days, and we did a live broadcast. Another time we did a live broadcast was New Year's Eve, but this wasn't New Year's. Anyway, so we took the winners over there. No, it was Copenhagen. That's right, it was
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen. And then we went to Russia. We went into Russia. And I'm thinking, to be honest, Jimmy and I were in the hotel room with the window open, and they're down in the bus honking at us. And we're trying to smoke the last of this hash that we had. And we just, oh, man, I hate to throw it away. So we had a little circle over it, and then threw it down there. Well, when we get to Russia, first of all, we get there, and they totally got us tore up from the floor up on vodka. And it didn't take me long because I was tired, and the plane we flew in on was more like a bad bus, you know?
Yeah.
It was an old-ass Russian plane. And so I got tore up, and I had to go and sleep it off. And Jimmy woke me up. It seemed to me like I was asleep for only a second. Jimmy woke me up and said, "The broadcast is on." I had to go down and go, "Turn it around." What? The broadcast is going. So I had to throw on some clothes and go, whoa. And so I went down there, hung over as I've ever been in my life. And we had to record shows at a Russian radio station. And the people that were with us, that were our interpreters, they spoke perfect English. And I only learned a couple of Russian words. They're not going to do me any good anyway. But they took care of us, and I was just sick. So I had to go back and lay down. Well, then Jimmy wakes me up again, and then we go see the Stones, and then we go, I think I got mixed up here. The Stones was in London, and we went to London, and then we went to Russia. It was kind of a rock and roll get together for the two nations, and okay, right. So I get it. So we went from London. We were in London 2 days, and then we went over to Russia, and we were thinking, man, don't you ever think of bringing nothing in. That's why we threw the pot out.
Yeah.
And so we go into Russia, and that's when I got all tore up, and finally we had some time to kill. And on the last night we were there, first of all, it was a mistake. We were in London 2 days and in Russia for 4 days, and I did not like Russia at all. It smelled funny, and I'm not joking. It
Really?
did. Oh, yeah. There were times in our hotel, we stayed at the Cosmo Hotel, which was supposed to be one of the nicer ones. And I'm not kidding. Sometimes it smelled like puke in there. And I'm not joking. And sometimes you'd go into buildings, you go, what the hell is that funky smell? But we got through it. And on the last night we were there, Jimmy and I are on the floor. And when you stay in Russia, you go to your room, you give the guy your key, and he lets you in. And if you need to go out, he gives you your key back. I don't know why they do that. But so we did that, and we're in there. And our winners called and said, come on to the room. I said, why? Just come on to the room. So we go over to the room, and they had smuggled hash into Russia, and they're sitting there puffing. So, when in Rome, we sat down and said, okay. Well, then we hear this banging on the door. We go, shit, we're going to the Huskow. And it turns out that the guy that was the floor monitor, well, I said, if I have something, yeah, come on in, man. So, but that scared the living turd out of me when they knocked at the door, because he knocked like real hard, and I thought, oh, God. But
it was like that old commercial, when you get busted over there, you're in for the hassle of
exactly.
your
That's
life.
the one thing that went through my mind right off the bat. When you're busted over there, you're in for the trip of your life or something. I don't remember.
The hassle of your life.
Yeah. I remember those commercials. Okay.
You got a band, don't you?
Yeah, but when I injured myself real bad, kind of put that on hold. But Jimmy Wallace is going to let us play at the next guitar show. But so we haven't played together. We did recently in March. We played at a crawfish boil, and we don't rehearse. We don't give a shit. And so we just came out there, and it kind of came together. We hadn't played in a year and a half since I got injured, and it went pretty good. So we're trying to get it worked out with a Bo and Them bash, and of course we have to open the show. We only do 25 minutes, but we had it then and said, all we need is a rehearsal or two. We'll get it, but it hasn't happened yet.
What about when you were drunk at Triumph? I'm asking you
You
about...
have been talking to Ale. Okay, this was a story. It cracked them up. It cracked Ale and Anna up. But we used to do the Texas Jams, remember?
Yep, sure.
In fact, I got killed by Freddy Krueger on stage at a Texas Jam. And I had this blood pellet, and he stabbed me, and then I would walk back up to change my shirt, and all the guys were going, "Are you okay, man? You look like you're bleeding." I said, no, it's a stunt. But this time, I was just walking around, tore up from the floor up, because we had finished what we had to do. Redbeard was going to take the next couple of interviews. We'd already done ours, so we let loose in the dressing room. And so I just wandering around, and I just, because I didn't know the band was on stage. I said, "I what's going on. I had a backstage pass, I go if I want to." So I went up there, and I walked out, on stage in the middle of Triumph's performance and went, "Okay." My little butt tightened up like that. So we talked to Rick Emmett, and I apologized. He said, "I don't even remember it." But I had to tell him.
That was nice of him.
Yes.
Boy, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody come into a market and make the kind of difference in the radio scene as Redbeard did.
Yes.
When he got here.
I like Beard. I still talk to him very rarely, but he was at the Q102 reunion.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
That was 2 Octobers. This October will be the October before.
Yeah. Everybody doing okay?
Yeah.
Still? That's good.
See a lot of people that I hadn't seen in forever.
That's good.
Some of them looking real good, too. Susan, that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Nothing more need be said.
Yes, and the less said, the better.
Where do you think radio's going?
Corporate.
It's already done that, though, hadn't it?
Yeah, true. It's just a weird vibe in the business right now. I'm just trying to do my thing, keep my head under the radar and my feet on the ground, and just keep working and working and working. Because, like I say, I still want to do it.
Yeah.
And they got I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I have to negotiate a new contract before February, because that's when mine runs out.
Yeah.
And, you never know with these guys.
Yeah, that can be a very, very dicey scene.
Yeah, and it weighs on your mind.
It does weigh on your mind. Your work ethic is legendary.
Well, I just have to get there in plenty of time to get everything done. I don't want to hustle and have to worry about a deadline. Oh, my God, 10 minutes before we go on the air.
Yeah, but Bo, you do it every day. Yeah. I mean, from what I've heard from people who have worked with you, you do it every day. And every day it's about you may not be doing the exact same things every day.
Well, we have
go about it the same way.
We have it like benchmarks. We always have the freaking fool file, sports of all sorts, did you know, and whoever interview we got. So we got stuff we don't do everything every day. There's some days.
Yeah. But I mean, your approach they tell me is just incredible. I mean, you're a machine.
If I can't do it the right way, I don't want to do it at all.
That's good.
Yeah. That's
good. I admire the hell out of that, man.
And I like it better when everybody else is doing it the right way. Yeah. I'm not talking about Anna and Ale. I'm just talking about everybody else,
Yeah.
Because there's some people that are shifty walking around that you don't know who they are.
Yeah, well, that's always been the case. There's always been those who are either not holding up their end of the operation or something, one thing or the other.
They're just kind of non-trustworthy, and you can kind of tell by looking at them. You know.
Does Jim come on your show ever?
Yeah, he came in last May when it was his birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was on the show.
So he's still around here and everything?
Yeah, he lives in Frisco. I see him every once in a while.
Cool.
Me and him went to see the Buckinghams at the Arlington Music Hall. Yes. Remember the Buckinghams?
Oh, I love the Buckinghams.
I did too. But they didn't have enough songs to do all Buckinghams because they had to do two hour here and then a break and then an hour.
Yeah.
And so they had to start playing songs by other people. Oh, my God, here comes Pretty Woman again. And then take a break. I said, okay, we're going to hear Buckingham songs now. I mean, they open with Don't You Care, which one of my favorite songs.
Love that.
Yes. And then at the end, here comes the break. So we said, I wonder what they're going to play. Are they going to play one of theirs or somebody else's? And they came out and they played The Worst That Could Happen by Brooklyn Bridge. Okay. Look it up on YouTube, and you'll know why we went.
Yeah.
I said, oh, Jimmy, what have they done? You don't open with that. You don't even play that. You shouldn't even play it.
For a band like that that's got the body of work that they have, you don't need to be doing that, man. If you're going to play somebody else's tunes, pick good ones.
Yeah.
Play Spooky by the Classics 4 or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worst that could happen. Well, that's the worst thing you could have done is open with that song.
God, that's crazy.
They were still good, though. They were still good.
Yeah, I would like to see them. I knew that show was going on at the Arlington Music Hall, and I should have gone.
Well, just remember, if you see them, you might hear the worst that could happen when the second break starts.
Yeah, that's not enough to keep me away. There's enough good stuff.
You can always go pee and get a beer while they open with that.
Yeah, there's another good stuff enough good stuff to offset that.
I shouldn't be that hard on that song, but it sucks, and it always has, and it's just...
Well deserved.
Yes.
Well deserved.
Yes.
Who's the most fun guy you've ever worked with? Not counting Jim.
Oh, well, Randy ranks right up there.
Yep.
Most fun. Drake Hall was a hoot. Remember Drake?
Oh, yeah.
Drake Hall. He moved to Memphis. I think he's still working in Memphis. He was working with a friend of mine, and he passed away, but Zeke
he
Logan.
used to do Afternoon Drive.
Afternoon Drive. Him and Zeke Logan did it.
Yeah.
But I think, in New Orleans, I worked with this guy named Ronnie Gogrieve. Ronnie was a sales guy. He was the absolute craziest son of a bitch I have ever met in my life, in a fun way. And we used to hang together and party all the time. And one night we were in a bar, and we'd been drinking, and his girlfriend walked in with another guy. And I looked at him and said, what are you going to do? He said, watch this. He orders a big, full double shot, and he walks up to their table as they're sitting down. They don't see him, and he slugs it down, then walks over to the table, sticks his finger in his throat, and throws up all over the table and them. I thought I was going to pass out. I was laughing so hard. I mean, that's probably one of the greatest revenge things I've ever seen. It really was memorable.
Boy. I don't even know the guy, and he's my hero now.
Man, that's a commit to the bit, you know?
That is a commit to the bit.
Lord.
And he just said, watch this.
Watch this. And he's Dusty Beckman. I thought I was going to pass out. I was laughing so hard. God. And it's a good thing where there's crazy people like that you work with.
Yeah.
They keep you from taking everything too serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. I've had a few like that too, although no one that's ever done anything like that.
No, that's the greatest thing I've probably ever seen to get back at somebody.
I think that's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. It's better than scratching up somebody's new car.
Oh, yeah.
You just gross them out.
Can do that. That's the kind of thing that gets written about in songs, you know?
I threw up on my baby when she cheated. Now my emotions are depleted. I'll work on the rest later.
Oh, man. I think you're halfway there already. Well, man, I can't thank you for doing this.
Oh, this is fun. Hell, I'm glad you asked me. It's been so many times when it was going to happen, and then it didn't happen. I came here one time, and I came at the wrong time, so I had to go. And then you were sick another time.
Yeah.
And it's just been.
Yeah, that's right. So that was the first time. That was on me.
And I get here for this time. I finally get here for this time, and I'm parked a block away at the wrong house number. And then Gruber called me, and I said, "What's the deal, man?" And he said, "Oh, that's not 5330. It's 5320 or 5230. That's what it was."
Yeah.
So then I said, "Oh God." So I got here, though.
You did get here. You did get here. You tore it up, and it's been great talking to you, man. This is the first time we've ever really had a chance to do something.
Well,
like
we've
this.
hung out before.
Yeah,
you know?
we have. But there are other people around and everything. I never really felt like I got to know you, and I used to just admire the hell out of you, man.
Well, if you ever
actually, I still do.
If you ever want to throw down, just let me know, and we'll meet somewhere.
All right.
Stomp on some brain cells.
I don't know how many more I have left to sacrifice, but what a way for them to go, right?
Exactly. Only the weak ones die.
Yep,
and you don't
right.
need them anyway.
No, you don't. This has been the great Bo Roberts. Check him out on Lone Star 92.5.
And I'll be there tomorrow morning.
He will be there tomorrow morning. He will be there every morning because he is steadfast.
Ever onward.
That's right. Ever onward. Thank you for watching this. Thanks to Becca. Thanks to Ashley. Thanks to you for being out there. And if you like what we're doing, we need you to do is share us. So do that for us. We'll keep doing this for you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
All right. I'm going to go take my pants off.
Your Dark Companion is a Stolen Water Media presentation.